Okay, so today you're doing elevation and depression. So I'll just quickly go over two kind of different examples, but the ones you're likely to do are probably going to be a tiny bit more complex than this, but it's just so you get the hang of the language that is actually being used. So say you've got a question like this: how high is a tower? And this would be classed as an elevation. So for this particular question, what you're trying to calculate is that size on the side. Now you might think that's very, very obvious, but still I'm just going to go through all of this as quickly and precisely as I can. Now, if you're trying to calculate this side, go through all the different steps that you would do with a normal trig question. It's all in the drawing of the diagrams, even with like worded questions and stuff like this. Always draw it out just so you know what you've got to calculate. So this side is going to be my opposite. This side, that would be my right angle, that would be my hypotenuse. This is going to be my adjacent. Okay, so you might already know exactly which trigonometric function and ratio I'm going to use. So first step, as always, label sides. Second step, a word that will be ingrained in your brain now, Sokotoa. So X is what I'm trying to work out. So give that a tick, and then tick what you've already got, which is my adjacent, and it is the tan ratio that I'm going to use. So tan of my angle is equal to O over A. So tan 31 is equal to X over 113. So 113 times tan 31 is equal to and we've got 67.897. Now just be careful as to what rounding you're kind of taking this to. I'm just going to go to 1 decimal point, so that is going to be 67.9 meters. Okay, so that should be just kind of a simple question. You've done quite a few like that just now. So next one is, I've got this one, so how high is the tower? So we've got a slightly different problem kind of here, and there are a multitude of different ways that you could actually attempt this question. Now, some of you might know your angle facts really well, and you might spot that if that's 34 degrees, that means that's 34 degrees as well. Now, if that's 34 degrees, you literally have the base of this triangle, you've got that angle there, and you could calculate it using the tan ratio, like do it almost exactly the same as this. This, by the way, this angle down here, that would be known as a depression angle. Okay, so you could use 34 degrees from that point there. Now, you might also see that if this is a right angle triangle, you might also be able to know what this one is. So this angle here is going to be 56 degrees. You could also use that along conjunction with that to help you work out the height of your tower. There's a few different ways you could attempt to do this one, but the way that I'm going to do it is I'm just going to do it exactly the same way as this. Now, I'm not going to go through all the different steps. The working out is literally going to be exactly the same as the previous question. So this is my opposite, my X, so it's exactly the same as before. So it would be tan 34 times 102 and I get 68.8 for that one. Now what you could do is you could always check it to see if it works with the other one, which hopefully by doing this it will. So if you wanted to do it the other way, this 102 would be the opposite and this would be the adjacent, so technically everything would switch around. So let's do it if this was the other way round. So I'd have tan 56 is equal to, this would be my adjacent, so opposite would be 102 over x okay, and so for this it would be x is equal to 102 over tan 56 and that gives us 68.8 as well. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you do it, you're going to get exactly the same answer. Okay, either way works, just be very, very careful with how you're labeling it and exactly how you're attempting the question. That way that I did it there and the top way that I did it here, probably your best bet, at least with these two questions, but they will get a slightly bit harder, so just go through them slowly, step by step, approach the question as best you can. Good luck.